Stop studying like everyone else. You are wasting your time. If you're studying the way most students do, you're probably wasting 80% of your time and you don't even realize it. Ever wondered why some students effortlessly get straight A's while you're pulling all-nighters? Most students learn these elite study secrets too late. But by the time you finish this video, you'll know how the top 1% of students actually study and save yourself years of struggling with mediocre grades. Imagine you're trying to climb a mountain, but you're using a broken rope while others have helicopters. No matter how much effort you put in, most of it leads nowhere. Frustrating, right? Well, that's exactly what most students do when they study. They spend hours trying to absorb information, but their results don't reflect much of it. And the worst part? They don't even realize that elite students have completely different methods that make learning almost effortless. Now let's talk about the biggest myths that are keeping you from studying like the academic elite. Myth 1. Top students study more hours. Most students think that straight A students spend more time studying, but here's the shocking truth. Research on valedictorians shows that top students actually study 30 to 40% fewer hours than average students. That means while you're grinding for 6 hours, they're getting better results in just 3.5 hours. It feels impossible because your brain assumes more time equals better grades, but efficiency is not the same as endurance. Think about it. If you keep doing push-ups with terrible form, does that make you stronger than someone doing fewer reps with perfect technique? No, you're just wearing yourself out while they're building real strength. Myth 2. They're just naturally smarter. Let's be real, we've all thought this at some point. They're just born genius, they have photographic memory, they understand everything instantly. But intelligence isn't the secret sauce. Studies of high achievers show that while IQ matters, study methodology accounts for 60% of academic performance differences. Sure, they might grasp concepts quickly, but within a few weeks of using their methods, your retention will skyrocket too. Here's why. Your brain treats natural talent like a crutch. It makes you lazy because you think you don't need systems. But top students know that method beats mind every single time. Myth 3. They just have better resources. Another massive mistake. Thinking top students succeed because they have expensive tutors, premium courses, or access to secret materials. This means you just assume they throw money at problems without actually developing superior learning strategies. Imagine you want to learn cooking. Would you buy the most expensive ingredients and expect to become a chef? Of course not. You'd need technique. Yet when it comes to studying, most students think resources are everything, while top performers focus on perfecting their learning systems. Now that you know these myths, how do top 1% students actually study? That brings us to the game-changing shift. Here's the truth. Elite studying isn't about how many hours you spend. It's about how strategically you learn. Some students study for 8 hours and forget everything after the exam. Others study for 2 hours and remember the material for years. The difference? How they approach learning. Most people treat studying like mindless repetition, but real academic excellence happens when your brain is systematically trained, when it creates deep connections, when it builds knowledge architectures, and when it retrieves information through strategic patterns. Let me show you something called the elite learning hierarchy. This one simple concept can change the way you study forever. At the bottom, we have what 99% of students do, passive review. Research shows this has a retention rate of only 15%, meaning if you just reread your notes, you're forgetting 85% of it. Next, we have what good students do, active practice. That's about 35% retention. What honor students do is strategic application. That's about 60% retention. But here's where it gets powerful. When you use the methods of the top 1%, retention skyrockets. System-based learning gives you 85% retention. Meta-learning strategies used by valedictorians, 95% retention. That means if you truly want to join the academic elite, you need to stop just reviewing and start systematically building knowledge architectures using the exact frameworks that separate the top 1% from everyone else. Step 1. Strategic retrieval and the Feynman-Plus system. Elite students force their brains to lift the maximum weight instead of passively absorbing information. They pull knowledge out through systematic challenge, which creates permanent learning. Strategy 1. The Feynman-Plus technique. If you can't teach something and create new examples, you don't truly understand it. Pick a concept and not only explain it simply, but create 3 different real-world applications. If you struggle, go back and master the underlying principles. This shows you exactly where your knowledge gaps are. Strategy 2. Strategic retrieval practice. Valedictorians don't just quiz themselves more, they quiz themselves smarter. Instead of random review, they use spaced, interleaved, and progressive difficulty testing. A Harvard study showed that students using strategic retrieval scored 60 to 70% higher on cumulative exams than those doing basic practice problems. Step 2. Memory compounding and the forgetting curve mastery. Did you know that elite students actually forget information faster initially? This is called accelerated forgetting, and it explains why their long-term retention is superior. Research shows you forget 50% of new information within 1 hour, but top students quickly identify what they truly understand versus what they just recognize. You can hack this elite memory system through controlled forgetting over calculated intervals. Day 1. Learn with immediate challenge testing. Day 2. Strategic recall without any materials, achieving 90% accuracy. Day 7. Application-based testing with novel problems. Day 21. Cross-concept integration challenges, connecting material to other subjects. Step 3. Elite habit systems. The real challenge is thinking like the top 1% consistently. Most students use willpower instead of systems, focus on hours instead of outcomes, optimize for effort instead of results. Elite hack 1. The 1% rule. Instead of saying, I have to study for 3 hours, elite students say, I'll master 1% more than yesterday. Your brain shifts into systematic improvement mode rather than time-filling mode. The math works. Improving just 1% daily makes you 37 times better in 1 year. Elite hack 2. Strategic habit stacking. Research shows peak focus occurs between 10 a.m. and noon. After morning coffee, do hardest conceptual work. After lunch, do strategic review when energy dips. After dinner, do creative application when your brain is relaxed. By linking elite methods to natural energy cycles, the excellence becomes automatic. Elite hack 3. The performance protocol. Use the 50-10 elite focus protocol based on ultradian rhythms research. 50 minutes of deep strategic learning, 10 minutes of complete mental reset. Repeat 3 cycles maximum per session, then take a 2-hour break minimum. Elite students protect cognitive resources like professional athletes because quality focus beats quantity time every single time. Here's the hard truth. Even the best elite techniques won't help you if you don't implement them systematically. Most students learn these methods and wonder why they still get average results. They're trying to use elite strategies with average consistency. But the real secret of the top 1%. Systematic daily excellence beats sporadic intense effort every single time. The students using these methods aren't just getting better grades. They're developing learning systems that will make them elite in whatever field they choose. If this opened your eyes to what's really possible, hit like and subscribe so you never miss the strategies that separate the top 1% from everyone else. Good luck joining the academic elite. Now go crush it.